Hello guys, and welcome back. This is Tim from V7 Software Development, and welcome to tutorial number 7 for Flat Rate Advisor. Now this is more of a note on settings and books rather than a tutorial. I'd like to discuss how the program uses the settings and saves the books. Now if you've watched our previous tutorials, you are familiar with the labor and taxes screen, as well as the print setup and the markups and margin screen. Now these are all system setting screens, global settings, and when you create a book, these settings are used for that book. We'll open the book screen here, and we do have one book in there that we created earlier. And again, we have the settings over here on the left-hand side just for review before you create your next book. These can be changed. We covered that in a previous video also. If they're changed here, that will just be a one-time change for that book that you create. The global settings will remain the same, so the next time you create a book, these will be reverted back to the global settings. What I'm getting at here is once a book is created with a certain set of factors and settings, that book is done. It remains the same. It does not change. For instance, if you go into your markups and margins, you change some of these, you change your gross margin method, whatever the case may be. Your books that have been previously saved, they do not update with the new settings. Once they are created and saved, that's it. Think of it basically as you're printing that book, you're putting it on the shelf, and it will never change. If you want to make changes to that book, you need to recreate another book. We have had a couple users in the past that were a little confused by this issue. They thought if they changed their, for instance, labor rate in the settings, that all of their saved books would reflect that. But that is not the case. If any of the settings are changed and you want to reflect those changes, you must create a new book. And with the system designed that way, that allows us to create multiple books, all with different settings, which can come in handy. Suppose you have different divisions or even different states that you may run, different technicians, and you want to create different structures, different pricing, different settings, or maybe a separate book for sales and a separate book for service. But I think you get the idea. It does make it very flexible. You can name these books whatever you like when you create a new one. So I'm sure you get the gist of what we're talking about here. That was all I wanted to cover today, so we'll see you next time. This is Tim from V7 Software Development.